Take the exit. Turn right into the drive-thru.
Nope, I'm making dinner tonight.
You don't have time. Josh has practice.
Oh, that's right. I'll just get a salad.
And fries?
No, just the salad.
But salad cancels fries.
Salad only.
Fries.
Salad.
Fries.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. The affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on the road to successful weight loss.
Hey, can I get the...
Fries.
Salad. Sorry.
Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
Spring clean that podcast feed and skip the doom scroll. The Newsworthy gets you caught up on the day's news in less than 15 minutes and gives you some fun conversation starters along the way. It's quick, friendly, and informative. Search The Newsworthy wherever you're listening now and follow or subscribe to The Newsworthy today.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the 10 Minute Marvel Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Episode Numero Uno. The first one is out here, and as well, of course, our news and rumors. I'm the Matt Murdock of the operation, Petter, and my co-host, the Foggy of this operation.
Yep, the guy who's still dead, everybody. Dead to Petter.
Yep.
That's how it works. It's Greg, everybody. Thank you for coming back. Of course, we appreciate it. I was actually going to say that I'm the ghost of Muse, so I was like kind of in the same spot as you, but nope.
I considered going with the Karen Page.
Oh, dang right. I'm sexy like Karen Page. You know it. No?
Yes.
No response.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm just going to move on to the intro, and you can just not be nice to me. If you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channel. Search 10 Minute Marvel there. Give us a like and thumb, smash that subscribe button. Find and follow us on Facebook and that other thing with an X, hashtag 10MinMarvel. And of course, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. Petter, you better call me sexy at least one time in this episode. At least one.
I probably will. I mean, it happens most episodes.
Yeah, that's true. And are we going to listen to are we going to go through the sexy news today first?
Yeah, we're actually going to start with the news today. And all right, we're done with the news. So moving into rumors here. Yeah, there's nothing on the news.
Is there nothing? Oh,
no,
okay.
It's pretty light this week, which you kind of expect just with the press stuff that is going on for Daredevil Born Again. Rumors-wise, though, now this one could potentially have been in the news. I put it as a rumor just because I needed a link to like an article or something to help me confirm this. But Chris Evans, in some interview somewhere, according to this Instagram post, has confirmed that he's going to be back for Secret Wars. Are we surprised?
Nope.
All right, moving on. Norman Osborn and Oscorp won't feature in Brand New Day. This comes from Alex from CC. Are we surprised?
Wasn't really thinking it was going to happen in the first place.
Right, so we're still not surprised?
Still unsurprised.
All right. Black Panther 3 is rumored to be the July 27th or 28th, I forget, 2028 film. So would that be the first one after Secret Wars? Are we surprised?
No. I am once again not surprised. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it makes sense. I think that you'd come back with that, probably have a mutant show up in there. Not honestly, that could be where you introduce Aurora Monroe, have our first introduction to Storm, and then from there you'll launch into X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you said 2028?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's
2 years.
Yeah, thank you. I did that math fairly quickly. That wasn't what I was going for. It takes me a second to shift and get my brain back into the timeline of all this. So it's like we're in 2021 right now, right?
Yep.
In Greg time, which I think in your time is 2026. So 2026, Doomsday, 27. Secret War is 28. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a part of my my thought inner monologue there. That was very helpful for me. We can carry on.
That was much more of an outer monologue, but
It was you were in with my inner monologue. It just happened to come out as an outer
all right.
monologue.
And this one from My Time to Shine Hello, Sadie Sink has signed on to a 5-film deal that could be extended to TV shows as well.
I mean, back to back, like Stranger Things for over a decade.
Was she over?
I think, oh, maybe not.
She was
Okay.
introduced in season 2.
Yeah. And there was how much of a gap between 1 and 2? Was it 2
Uh,
years? 3 years? So
3
maybe
years,
it
I
was
wanna
under.
say.
I will say over. I mean, that's a 5-year stint at least.
Yes. So since we're nothing if not a completely not fact-based show, so 9 years since 2017
Well,
was
that's
when
close.
yeah
And
the
really,
first one came out.
is anything
Also,
factual?
there was only a year between the two, a year and a
Was
half.
there?
Yeah, between the first 2 seasons.
Okay. I don't know. That was forever ago,
Mhm.
honestly. But wow, I'm just thinking good for her. And
Yeah.
it's, I don't know, is that's awesome. I'm sure she'll have plenty of time to do some other
Yes,
things that she
for
wants to
sure.
do. Her music career. She's not that bad, by the way. I listened to one of her songs. It's all right.
I have not.
It's pretty
I
decent.
just listened to Stephen Flow on repeat.
Yeah, well, I don't, I can understand why. It's
Yep.
highly addictive.
It is way too
That
addictive.
and
Now
new
I've mentioned
Japanese metal, right?
of Japanese folk metal.
Folk metal. That's right. There was a
The traditional instrument. I don't know what it's called. Super
Yeah.
helpful.
yeah, and they play it with what
Plus
looks to
the
be like
really shiny guitar.
it was a mirror. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they use like a mirrored guitar, but I think you should play the video. They use it's not a they don't use a pick. I mean they may call it a pick, but it looks more like a window scraper in Minnesota terms and in Minnesota eyeballs. I don't know. I guess I encourage people to go check out new folk Japanese metal.
Yeah.
Whatever
With or without the
combination.
new.
Yeah. I don't know if it's new. It seems new to me, but I thought it was a new
Mhm.
up and coming thing.
Well, and then there was also the Mongolian metal that we've listened to as well.
Oh yeah, totally different.
Different instruments.
Not so shiny.
Yes, thankfully. That guitar was a lot.
Yes. Outdoor concerts would be terrible.
Oh,
Just the glare. Nobody looks at them. Just glare.
not even outdoor concerts, indoor concerts with a spotlight.
It's just
Blind.
burning holes. Just
Yeah.
burning holes in things.
Yeah.
Well, this is a
So-
fun tangent. Okay, what
Mhm.
else we
But back to Sadie Sink. I mean, it again, the fact that she's signed on for that long, this has to be a character that Disney Marvel owns the rights. I think if this rumor is true, there's no way that she's a Spider-Man character.
Well, I thought I heard that they really kind of confirmed it. Well, Daniel RPK, I thought confirmed it, or was it My Time to
It's
Shine that really confirmed? I thought it was Daniel
Confirmed-ish,
RPK.
confirmed, yeah. But
So spoiler,
there's-
sorry, spoiler alert, everybody. It's still
They-
a rumor.
It is still technically a rumor, though. I mean, I think that there's so little rumor left to it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So for those that didn't know that, I'm sorry.
We
Sorta
didn't
know it
actually
now.
say. We haven't
No,
said.
you're right. We haven't said it, but based on whatever, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and so I think the confirmation is this My Time to Shine Hello being like it's a 5-picture project or 5-picture deal.
Mhm.
Because with that character, and if you've listened to our podcast, we're gonna just say who it is. With it potentially being Jean Grey, you would want somebody who's on board for 5 pictures because you need time to build up to that third attempt at the Dark Phoenix saga,
Right.
or you just want to have Jean Grey or Marvel Girl, as she originally is in the comics, to have some run for sure.
Yeah. Man, so let's say every 3 years she's in a movie.
Probably every 2.
Okay. Still, that's
That's 10 years.
I don't know what she's making per movie.
It's probably pretty decent.
Would you say it's between 20 to 30 million?
No, I would say it's lower.
It's like Hemsworth? Is that like a $50 million thing or something? Or is he that high?
I'm not sure.
I mean, Sadie Sink, it's Stranger Things. I mean, she's got quite a bit of,
Oh,
you know,
definitely.
I'm trying to think of the word, but
Uh, so it looks like for Hemsworth, it's about 20 million. I would guess that Sadie's
yeah,
probably, and it will probably, um, well, she's probably agreed to a deal for X number of projects. The the more successful previous projects had been, probably the more she'll make off of them. Because like if you look at what Hemsworth made, he made 150,000 for the first Thor movie. And then 4 million, 15 million, 15 to 20 million for Endgame, and approximately 20 million for Thor Love and Thunder.
yeah. I looked at Sadie Sink reportedly, and this is an AI generated answer, earned approximately 7 million for the fifth and final season of Stranger Things.
Yeah,
So I can't
so
imagine it's going to be, I doubt it's going to be below that.
I would think it'd be probably pretty close to on par with that.
I'll give her
Just because,
10
yeah,
signing
seven,
bonus.
5 to 10 is what I would say
Yeah.
for it because it is a movie versus a show. Uh, Time commitment and stuff like that is different, but it's also a movie where you're going to have more obvious, tangible, this is how much this movie made back versus a Netflix show of, well, some people signed back up, plus all the subscribers who are still there. So, yeah.
That is stupid money.
Hmm.
Like $250,000 per episode in season
Yeah.
four. I don't know. Makes
Yeah,
me
it's
just,
ridiculous.
yep,
We went to the wrong profession, Greg.
we did.
Unfortunately,
Uh,
neither of us can act. So
I was like, can I get a redo? Can I don't
go
know.
back in time.
That's right. Yes.
Gotta go
Man.
back.
Yeah. Huey Lewis, man.
Mhm. So that's it for the rumors. Let's transition over to Daredevil Born Again here. As normal, kicking it off with non-spoiler thoughts. And do you want to go first or shall I?
I would like you to go first today.
All right. I thought it was okay. I think that this first episode did a lot of work of just setting stuff up and setting, honestly, too many things up. Some of this could have been introduced later to get us to buy in more and to spend more time with the character. It's not a bad episode. There's some really nice action sequences in there and it introduces Matthew Lillard's character. So there's a lot of it that I like, but I think the first episode has a chance to get better based off of what the upcoming episodes do.
So let me ask you this. If
Yeah.
you have a comic book in your hand and they have all these different things kind of playing out that you're kind of like it's kind of a lot, right? Like there's
Yeah.
this thing and there's this thing over here, then it jumps over to here. Does that does that go well with you? Do you like those kind? Because I mean like Hickman kind of writes that way. There's a lot, right? Where you just all of a sudden jump into something and you're like, "Oh God, I have no idea what this is about."
Um, it depends. And like I think Hickman can do that,
Because you know it's
but
going to pay off, or
because I know it's going to pay off, but also I think he is a strong writer of comics. But at the same time, I don't think that Brian Michael Bendis, who is my favorite writer, does that as much. And
yeah.
so you jump back and forth some, but even like I'm thinking of Time Runs Out and the what is it? Ex Nihilo?
Oh, Ex Nihilius,
Oh,
or
yeah.
yeah, I can't get the
Yeah.
pronunciation just right. Ex
Mhm.
Nihilius.
Hmm. But even everything with that character, he spends a whole lot of time introducing what's going on kind of around that character, even though we jump in and we know nothing about that character. It's a whole bunch of time before we start to kind of bounce around to some of the other heroes that we know. And I think that this one, it bounced us to too many characters that we don't know well enough, at least recently.
Okay, so I mean, like Matthew Lillard's character,
Yeah, Matthew
or
Lillard's character, I think that even just some of it could be too, some of it is just this was supposed to be one season and it's written like there wasn't a gap.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Really, you do get just kind of launched right back in.
You get launched back in. They don't spend time to rebuild relationships kind of with the audience.
See, I think I'm okay with that though. I kind of wanted to just jump back in.
I just
Um,
don't think it would, I don't think it came together probably quite like I would have liked it to with that.
you think maybe it's because the first season was so hot, cold, and so it just didn't jump, or like it didn't leave you at a spot where you felt like you could just jump right back in, and you kind of had to. It's almost like they had to set the stage a little bit more for you to get your feet wet and
Um,
comfortable. I can't quite figure it out, but like I'm saying this and asking because I too thought the episode was like it was okay.
mhm.
So
And yeah, so maybe give a couple of your non-spoiler thoughts to this, and let's move into spoilers and see if we can unpack this more, and because then we can talk about specifics.
sure. Um, I actually rewatched the episode and yeah, it kind of just was flat,
Hmm.
but flat in the medium sense of I enjoyed myself. But I also it didn't really spark anything in me like, man, next episode's got to come
Yeah,
ASAP, like some of the previous shows that they've released, whatever it be, Agatha or Wanda or even Wonder Man.
yeah.
Um,
Well, the
so
great thing about Wonder Man is you didn't have to wait.
I know that's true. Yeah. Um, so it was good. It was okay. I thought there was some good fight stuff, some really good like just visual. I think
Hmm.
the visuals of it were really nice. Like Karen and Matt's conversation kind of towards the end there,
Hmm.
or towards the beginning of the episode. Really interesting lit room. Very cool. And I don't know. Other than that, some good fight scenes. Yeah, it was just okay.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, let's move into spoilers because
yeah,
I'm with you. I came across fairly harsh on that. It's still a fun episode. It just didn't suck me in like I was hoping it would.
right.
So
Exactly.
let's move into spoilers.
All right.
Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. You have been warned. Spoiler. All right. So do we want to kind of continue that conversation, or have we kind of had it at this point? I know you had the question to me about like, okay, trying to probe deeper into kind of what made it feel that way, but it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah. Because and the reason I asked about the comic books is because it kind of depends. I think sometimes I don't like podcast dog. Sometimes I don't like all that complexity right off the bat, and I'm trying to just figure it out. Like it's too
Hmm.
much. And sometimes I get that. I'm like in comics, and I need a little bit more of a easy walk in. And sometimes it works out really well. In this episode, there's a lot kind of going on, but I didn't have a super hard time following it.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of here, there, and here and there, which happened a little bit in first season. But the payoff might be fine, right?
Hmm.
Because
Oh yeah, I'm expecting the payoff's going to be good. I'm expecting that they're trying to set up a number of different things here, but yeah, I think if they had and and I'm trying to think maybe the Matthew Lillard introduction and like that with the like the state level officials, maybe if that him in episode 2 and we just spent more time with Fisk's task force, the ship, and kind of and Cherry almost. Like really get us into this, oh, okay, there are weapons on the ship. This is going to be something big that we have to care about. I think that would have felt better.
right, maybe leave out the Heather and Muse
Yeah,
section,
Heather
because
Muse.
I'm not sure if I'm on board with that. That
Hmm.
I, I don't like how a psychiatrist technically,
Hmm.
is so traumatized that all of a sudden she's now working for Fisk in a position and willing to sacrifice her whole career
Yeah, like
for
lying.
yeah, like I don't understand that. either you kind of dedicate more of an episode to that and tell me more why. Like I can tell that she's having a hard time. She's drinking, right? She's seeing these hallucinations and but I don't know. That was a piece I think that just wasn't necessary in episode one, and you flush that out later. But obviously, there's probably a reason why they put it in there. So
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a let's introduce all the key players of this
yeah,
with kind of the MacGuffin of the sinking of the ship and then trying to find the captain and first mate.
I also never know how hard to be on things. I mean, it's a comic book TV series, so I'm like, I don't
But
like I don't like nitpicking at that stuff, but
mhm.
also good storytelling
But
doesn't.
yeah, we've seen really good storytelling, and like I go back to the uh the trial of the White Tiger, and
Mhm.
just kind of how, yeah, just how well done that storytelling was without the flashy action sequences and things like that. And so it's like you can tell a great story. Now you need to marry the action sequences with that great storytelling that we've
Yeah,
seen you do. So
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
and I'll agree with you. Like the Heather Glenn stuff was okay. This is a thing.
right.
Like it's not a bad thing. It's just
I
a
don't understand
thing.
understand the transition yet, I guess.
Hmm.
So I will ask then, do you think, and this is I haven't heard any rumors about this, just maybe somebody mentioned it and it planted a seed in my brain. Do you feel like this is a way that Heather is going to lose it completely and we get another Muse since everybody was so mad about not getting
Ooh.
Muse to the fullest extent?
No, I think she turns into Gord the God Butcher since we didn't get him to the full extent.
Just that's a leap. Woo. Yeah.
Um,
Does that mean she's a stepmom of love?
who knows? No, no, I do think she is going to lose it to some extent. Um, I don't know that she's going to turn into a new muse, though.
I mean, you could see that like Survivors Guild weird, I don't know, pick your
Yeah.
PTSD, Survivors Guild, whatever diagnosis you want. Um, it's not a bad transition.
Hmm.
It's got something. I mean, it's kind of like in The Dark Knight, right? We got Scarecrow was, I think, well, he was at Arkham Asylum, wasn't he, as a
Hmm. But I think,
psychiatrist, and he shifted, and he kind of had that background of a doctor, psychiatrist kind
yeah,
of thing. So.
yeah, but I think in the comics too, doesn't Heather Glenn like fall into alcoholism and some other stuff? I think in the comics.
Wasn't that?
And Karen does
Oh,
at another point in
yes.
time too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'd say Karen, but I think in the Born Again story, she does. It's her,
Yeah,
but she ends up going to like Mexico and drowning
yeah,
her, like leaving Las Vegas style.
yeah,
Does the alcohol binge plunge? Ends up divulging that who Matt Murdock is. So,
yeah.
but I don't know.
But
I just thought it
I
was
don't think we're gonna,
interesting.
yeah. And we can't have that reveal from her. I don't think in this. It doesn't seem,
That's like a season three thing for me, honestly. If they even, or even like they just tuck it away, and it's like, maybe we could do this if we
yeah.
ever get to a season four or something.
Yep.
But
That's where I'm at with it too.
yeah. Um, okay, I'm gonna switch a little bit here, but tell me what you think about the suit.
The black suit,
Hmm.
decent.
Really?
I prefer the red.
Really? I mean, I
Yes.
prefer the red, but I feel like it's probably the best suit that they've had thus far. But Cox agrees with me. I mean, he said it himself. I mean, he didn't say, I agree with Greg.
Yeah, I mean, if he knew that you thought that, he'd probably change his mind.
He probably would. I mean, come on.
I I do think so. So it isn't my favorite suit. I get why people like it. I also think it is the right suit for this current situation. Like he needs something that is stealth. This isn't a scare everybody as the Red Devil sort of thing. This is Fisk is gunning for anyone connected to vigilantes and every vigilante. So yeah, we have to, like, I have to keep out of his way.
I agree. The black suit's necessary. I think the DD logo is great. I think just the way I like the mask more so
Hmm.
than any of the other ones. The cowl, what are we gonna call it? Yeah, I don't know. I think they really did a great job with the suit this time. And I do look forward to, I would like to see us in a red. Do you have anything
Hmm.
in a red? So,
Yes.
um, yeah, I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on that. Um, I was going to ask you. Oh, so we have this mystery. My guess is that these videos are being posted on like a YouTube platform or something like that
Yeah.
in the show. Like who at this point in time, episode one, if it was some character we know now, out of the characters we know, who
Hmm.
is it? Who do you
That's
think? Yeah, put the mask on,
uh I think it's BB who's putting the videos out.
putting them out, but is she the character in the video?
Um, well, that's the thing is, do you need somebody playing the character?
Oh, so do we need to find out at all? Doesn't matter.
Well, does it that, but also does it have to be someone actually playing the character, or can it be BB leveraging technology to create those videos?
Mm,
I don't think they're going to go that route, but
I mean, fair. AI could
mhm.
maybe do something like that. Sure. Um,
I do think we'll find out that it is someone doing it, but I do think it is connected with BB.
okay. So I have a list. I have four people that I've thought about, and I was going to get
Okay.
your reactions. Okay, one of them was BB,
Hmm.
so that was good. Uh, do you think it could be Mr. Charles, Lillard's character?
No,
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 I was thinking. Yeah, go ahead.
man, it depends because what he's from, did they say Langley?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on what his game is. Like if his game is to get Fisk out and then take all the vigilantes in to create some sort of vigilante team, yes. That'd be a great way to start sowing those seeds.
Rumor has it
Okay.
that connection to Val.
Yes.
So could she be trying to pull the rug out from underneath Fisk for whatever reasons? Maybe she needs him for something else. Maybe she feels like he's getting too power hungry,
I
such and
th
such. But also
yeah,
she's got this new Avengers squad, which are vigilantes,
but
kind
sanctioned?
of. Yeah, I guess. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think she definitely has hers as sanctioned heroes sort of thing. Um, so that which is why they're staying out of this mess, which is why like
Yeah,
we're not going to see the Red Guardian and
right.
Ghost and
Yeah.
all of them show up. So, but yeah, I could definitely see Val doing something like this, especially because what we there was the Ox.
Uh, yeah.
Um, so
Ox.
yeah,
Yeah.
if she still is connected with Ox, which I won't be surprised that she is, she now needs a new group of questionable individuals to do that work since the Thunderbolts New Avengers aren't doing that for her anymore.
Hmm. Good point. Okay.
Who else do you have?
Option Buck.
Buck.
Do you
Okay.
think that we kind of talked, or maybe you and I had a conversation off the podcast, but maybe Buck is not liking the way Fisk is doing some things, so he is. It seems out of character. It's a
Hmm.
stretch. I will give it. I will totally give you that. But it's just like I'm trying to think of people who it's kind of left field. Like I feel like it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be like, oh man, really? So
Hmm.
Buck would definitely throw me for a loop.
Buck would definitely throw me for a loop too. I don't think with how we saw him interact with the captain of the ship that he's necessarily I don't think they're going to do that turn.
Okay. Yeah, and that's kind of a stretch. Okay, here's my final one.
Okay. Spider-Man. No. J. Jonah Jameson.
Frank Castle. No, not Frank Castle. Kidding. Foggy.
Sadie Sink. Oh.
Nope. Foggy. Do you think it's Foggy?
Ooh. I know that the actor is in season 2. I believe that's been confirmed. So, if you're bringing back the character from the dead, then
Or
yes.
or
Or
if he's
not dead.
maybe he was whisked away, and I mean, I know his heart
Yeah.
stopped, but
Yeah.
also Fisk's eye got blown out, and look at him now. So
Yeah. Yeah. So honestly, I would not be surprised if they do that. I think that actually is very likely. I'm
yes,
also going to be fairly disappointed because we were just talking about how they've introduced way too much, way too fast. And if the whole point of that is, okay, we're going to bring Foggy back and we're going to do it this way. No.
yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't. I'm not really for or against it. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess maybe I'll have to see how the rest of the season goes because
Mhm.
I imagine it will not be revealed, if at all, maybe, but it will not be revealed until much later on in the season,
Mhm.
possibly last.
Oh yeah, no, that's especially if it's Foggy, they're not revealing that until I think as the audience we would get it in episode 6. What, there are 8 episodes or 9?
I don't remember.
So if it's 8, we get it in 6. The reveal would happen in 7 to the characters in there, and then 8 will be where everything else wraps up.
Yeah. Yep.
And then if it's 9 episodes, you just shift it out one further.
Right.
Yeah, what did you think of just generally did you think of Matthew Lillard's character?
I like him. I think I think he does a great job.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen him in anything.
Yeah. He plays the character, that kind of grimy but really full of himself and
Yeah.
confident and knows that he's got the upper hand, except when him and Fisk and Vanessa are out together at the table. It's a very interesting dynamic that happens in that conversation. It's kind of the one where Fisk's like, you were grandstanding and I don't appreciate that. And it's almost like you see him back down. You see
Hmm.
Mr. Charles back down a little bit, but also kind of quickly get back up
Yeah.
and
Oh, I'm
stand his
sure
ground. It was cool.
I'm
I thought it was really good.
Mhm. I'm sure he backed down because he has a plan for Fisk. And well, he had to come in and kind of strong arm the situation with the senator, was it?
The
The
lieutenant something something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whoever the official was, he felt like he had to step in and kind of deal with that situation, but he knows that he needs Fisk for something in kind of the longer term part of
Hmm.
his plan and his vision, because there's no way he's just there to help Fisk.
Right. He works for somebody higher up and
Hmm. Connected with Val.
mhm, like it's where he almost feels immunity,
Yep.
So yeah. Um yeah, I think he's kind of one of my favorites at this point. What so I was kind of thinking about this a little bit. What are people thinking like where Matt is? So obviously he's not at his job anymore. So
Hmm.
his other I can't remember her name now again, but I think we had the same problem last time with who his partner at the law office was.
Hmm.
Sharon? No, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, where do people think he is? Like, why? Like, is he just with did the task force take him? And I don't know. I guess the only people that really would care about him is Karen, who knows where he is, but Foggy, who's possibly dead, possibly has a Fisk mask on, to be determined, or his partner at the law firm, right?
Yeah.
And then Cherry knows where he is. So there's not a lot of question, but like
Kristen
Chris,
McDuffie, or
Kirsten
no,
McDuffie,
Kirsten McDuffie.
got it.
Kirsten
Kirsten. All right, we'll have to look that up again next week, I'm sure.
McDuffie.
McDuffie, let's just call her the Duff Man, the Duff
Yeah.
Woman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. I just kind of wonder. He's just
I
kind of fallen off the earth a little bit, and
yeah,
it's
they got
weird.
some explaining. And I think that's some of it too. It's like we were introduced back to her and Cherry, and Cherry has this real nice connection in with Matt. And so his reintroduction works well. Hers, yeah, you got to explain what in the world's going on because, like, now she's very deep into Matt's vision of everything,
Hmm.
of like helping people who can't necessarily pay for or defend themselves.
Right. Cherry knows where he's at, but Cherry won't say. So she
Yep.
knows he's around. Like, so what does she think that he's? Why is he just not showing up? In
Right.
her eyes, I don't. That's. It's just something I was calling out because I just kind of sat there. I'm like, she must be kind of concerned, right?
Hmm.
But
But I mean, they definitely, yeah, they just have some explaining to do on this show still.
yeah, sorry, I had to shut my door.
Mhm. And
Um,
honestly, I'm not sure that they'll ever explain why McDuffie isn't more concerned about it.
Probably not.
That
It's
seems like
nitpicking
something
him.
you skip, but it is weird.
Yeah. That's all I had. I mean, those are some of the things I.
Hmm.
Any other thoughts on your end? I overall this I think that from what I understand, according to was it Eric Voss? Eric Voss, because he's seen episode 2 and 3.
Hmm.
He didn't say anything about them really, except for the fact he goes that no, it wasn't Voss. It was Colton Osborne. Osborne.
Okay.
Ogburn. Thank you. There we go.
Colton Oscorp. Got it.
Colton Oscorp the third. Yes. Um, he said that we are, in his words, I quote, back, baby. Like, so he said it's really good. Like they really jumped it up to the next level. And so
No, yeah, and it is interesting. So tomorrow, the next episodes come out.
is it Tuesdays?
I think it's Tuesdays. It could be really late on Tuesdays our time, and so we'd be more apt to watch it on Wednesdays. But they're dropping 2 episodes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So clearly they have some kind of thought or idea of why they split them up this way.
8 o'clock our time. So it's 6 p.m. Pacific
Okay.
tomorrow and 9 p.m. Eastern. So
Yeah. So that's interesting too, because, and maybe it's just a situation where there's 3 episodes, but really it's 1 episode, and it's just so long that you had to split it up and count it as three.
sure. And maybe there's really no good breaking point that, and
Hmm.
why not just make it back to back?
Yeah. So I'm I'm hopeful for it, but I'm also a little hesitant because we've talked about how I have watched a little of the Netflix show, and if it's like we're back to that, but I'm assuming that's not exactly what he meant.
No, I think he meant it's more like for him in his kind of review of episode 1, he was kind of the same as us.
Okay.
Interesting, like the shots, cinematography, there's some good fight scenes, but other than that, it was just kind of it was fine. But he said that 2 and 3 really take it up a notch and not necessarily go back to the Netflix series. I think it's good storytelling that's
Yeah.
intriguing and kind of puts you at the edge of your seat is what I was getting the vibe as.
Yeah. And
So
if that's the vibe, obviously I didn't watch the video, so I don't have the exact quotes and context
mhm.
for it that you do. So that's good.
Yeah,
Like that's what you want to hear
that's
is
how I
that,
interpret it. So
yeah. So I'll be excited for these next 2 episodes to see what they do.
mhm.
And I think they have a real, if I come out of it feeling like Colton did, Colton Oscorp
Oscorp,
did,
yeah.
then I'm going to be real happy and excited for episode 4. Like I'll be anticipating it at that
Mhm.
point in time.
Yeah, and like as you can see, like we were both like, is it Tuesdays? I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like we had to look it up, right? And so I think I'm hoping then at the after this week's episodes will be, oh yeah, it's Tuesday and it's 8 o'clock our time. Let's turn this.
Yes. Yeah. I don't expect it to ever reach the level of must watch like right away when it came out, like WandaVision did for me.
Hmm.
But I should remember the day of the week that it comes out on.
Yeah, true. They move it around a little bit too, so it's
They
kind
do.
of. But
Yeah.
I agree. I usually am like, okay, I
Yeah.
know what day the next episode's definitely coming out on.
Yeah. Especially like 8 o'clock at night. Tuesdays are really bad for me for watching shows, but I know that you often watch stuff at your bedtime.
I do. Yes, I get my pajamas on. Yep.
Yeah.
My wife tucks me in.
It's very sweet.
It's
I've watched it a few times, happen a few times. It was awkward for them, but I thought it was very sweet.
it was. We didn't know what to say to you, but
I left the
let's just
house
not do it
shortly
again.
after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. At least you had the dignity to, and the decency to do that.
Mhm.
You didn't make it ultra weird.
Yes.
Uh,
but that's
you did
kinda
ask for a sleepover, but I said no. I'm sorry.
I know. But that's what I kind of hope for is like it gets to the point where you're like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday night. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So we'll be back again next week with our thoughts on episodes 2 and 3. Let us know your thoughts of episode 1 down in the comment section over on YouTube. You can find us there if you're not listening to the podcast there by searching for 10 Minute Marvel.
Tell us your thoughts on Foggy. Do you think Foggy could be the masked person in the videos? Give us some feedback. Curious.
Yeah, this is definitely we know Foggy's actor is coming back at some point in time in some way in this season. So I think we should just be on Foggy Watch.
Ooh, Foggy Watch. I like it.
You gotta get a nice practice your foghorn sounds, Greg.
On it. I'll get working on that right now. Not right now, after the podcast.
Almost this week.
Nope, I got a lot of work to do.
But Greg gave a few ways you can help support the podcast at the beginning, and we do really appreciate everybody who's checking out this podcast week by week. And with that, see you next time.
Bam.